Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
I mean-
don't dip your pen in company ink. You know,
And so like, oh, and I mean, also there's levels, right? So if it's gonna be like a casual thing and that's it, that's there, cool, no problem. No one
Yeah.
needs to know it's your private life. But if you're gonna have a romantic relationship with a co-worker, or in this case, a training partner, it's complicated because you're in the mat, and then there's gonna I catch the vibes. I can see when, like, I have students that are married, you know,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
couples or they're dating, and I can see when there's like,
yeah,
and even when,
there's chemistry. Yeah, you can
and
see
so
it.
when you see when there's the opposite, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been a trip as a coach, and also when I was coached. So like, I
So
don't oppose, but for example, I told my guys, if you date the girl and the girl quits, you pay the membership. Tell them that.
oh God.
And then I have a couple of single girls there and say, oh yeah, what guy is single in the gym? I was like, no, you're not dating in my gym, because then you guys break up and one of you guys are gonna leave.
But what if you're dating someone you met outside of jiu-jitsu, right? And then
You bring
they
them
have
to jiu-jitsu?
kids. Yeah, and then you bring them to jiu-jitsu. How does that work? What do you do in that situation?
Well, then you got guys bringing one girl and then another girl and then another girl and then another girl. And me as a coach, I play the fifth. I don't say anything, you know, but I'm seeing that when the guy starts dating someone for real, then I'm gonna be like, hey, I hope it's for good, you know, so it's not gonna be drama.
Okay, so not just a hookup, just like something
prefer
real.
My student brings, if my student is gonna bring someone to the studio, I'll say like, hey, make sure it's your significant other. And most people do that.
Got it.
I mean, I feel like also you have to have your own hobbies, you know, like if jiu-jitsu is my thing, maybe your thing can be yoga or Pilates.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't have to be like
Yeah.
any of those. I mean, you can do it together, but not all the time. And if you do, I've seen some couples do really work and they're pretty cute together. You know, you're like, oh, they're trained together. They're nice
Or they
together.
own a gym together.
Or
yeah.
they can.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
Mm-hmm. And it
Yeah.
works. But
Yeah, depends on the person though. Yeah.
In my case, I'll say don't date on the mats. That's my best advice. Or
That's
like
good.
you said, don't dip your ink on
Your
company's
pen and company ink.
pen company's ink.
Yeah.
It's kind of like.
So that's kind of why you have the women's class to kind of like.
I feel like I want to also give them their own space.
Yeah.
You know, like women like to feel
comfortable.
They feel comfortable with each other and empowered with each other, especially doing shit like kicking ass. They feel happy about it, you know. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can do that more. I can choke you out. You know, they feel more empowered and with each other. I feel like there's a reason why there's feminine energy and masculine energy, and I feel like in that way they can have their own. Because they're at least my students I see they don't have problem blending with the guys either. I feel
the females.
Nah, my females, I feel like they know how to navigate through dudes, and I guess also like the vibe in my gym doesn't tolerate kind of too much bullshit. So
yeah.
Now, do I know? For example, I know in San Diego there's other clubs where they're like more loose about those things. They don't care, and so that's kind of like interesting and spicy.
That is juicy. I don't know anything about that.
I can name drop. I'm not. I'm
oh
not
man.
I'm never. But
man.
I know there's some jiu-jitsu clubs in San Diego that people are like more loose about,
How about here in National City? Do you know?
No, I don't know anybody here.
Oh, you never been here?
There's a new gym here in National City, Alliance National City, Peter Frank. That's a good dude that you should actually bring up at some point.
Where's that at? Here in National City?
He just opened doors.
Oh, very recently, because I haven't heard of that yet.
Recently.
Like super.
Like within like a month ago or something.
How many alliances do they have in San Diego?
I don't know, dude. I used to be part of Alliance, not anymore. But I think they have one in San Marcos, one in National City, one in Miramar, and one in
Chula Vista. Yeah.
So it's 4.
I didn't know there's one in National City, dude.
It's new to you.
I gotta get my.
It's pretty new.
Well, do you have is there Muay Thai in that?
In their studio?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not my business.
Oh, okay. How about you?
That's my friend's business, Peter Frank.
Oh, okay.
My studio, we used to have a striking class. One of my friends, MMA coach, had to stop teaching it because he changed jobs, so he couldn't make it to the time. But next year we're starting a new class. We were doing no Muay Thai, we're doing striking, so like a blend between kickboxing and Muay Thai. Muay Thai has elbows and knees, and kickboxing does not have that. So like some days we will teach elbows and knees, some days we won't, or it has a little bit too of contact.
Oh, okay.
Like you ever done Muay Thai?
I haven't. I do want to get into, I'm trying to figure out what I should get into for self-defense. Because one thing about me is that my upper body strength is not good because I have a bad back and my neck is bad. But I have good, like, my legs are strong. So I don't know.
You have a back?
Yeah, I do. It's really bad. Like it started with my neck. I have cervical stenosis.
What do you do?
I mean, I don't know how I got it. It just like one day I woke up and it was messed up. Yeah, and I went to a chiropractor for like 2 years, and that helped while I was there, but I think it messed me up more after. Why did you shake your head when you said chiropractor? When I said
I think
chiropractor.
there's chiropractors and chiropractors, and so like there's chiropractors that just crack you and send you home, and there's chiropractors that actually
Like
focus
treat you?
that actually treat you like around the problem.
Uh-huh.
And so probably I don't know if you had like that kind of guy.
Quick fix.
Yeah, no, the guy
Yeah.
will crack you and hey, bye, see you
Yeah.
later, good luck with
But he
your.
doesn't fix the origin.
They don't try. So I was blessed, and San Diego is super good in anything that is wellness. So
Yeah.
it's like you can find
I
so
feel
many like good
hol-
quality dudes that not just focus on like crack you and send you home.
yeah.
I was blessed to work with a friend. He left. That's why I haven't even gone back to a chiropractor because I only let him touch me with my back. And that's
Yeah.
another thing. Like finding a guy like that
That
is a
you
blessing.
trust. Yeah.
It's a blessing. No, because he's not just telling you, your back hurts and he crack it. And that's it. No, he goes, okay, your back hurts probably because you have this muscle here torn and pulling, and so
You have to be picky because
you
your
can just
body,
go for a crack in the joint.
especially your body's your bread and butter.
I break it and
That's your
I
whole
can
life.
teach.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm very mindful too when I'm competing about those things. Like before, I used to be reckless. Now I'm like, I gotta be careful, which is bad because it kind of holds me back sometimes from trying stuff.
Okay.
Because it's like when you jump a bridge, you might get hurt or you might not.
Yeah.
So like in this case, when you're competing really hard, you're going against a guy that's going hard, and you try something crazy and spicy, you might get hurt too in the process,
Yeah.
or he tries something and you hurt you. So sometimes I just stop early because I'm thinking more like longevity these days than the moment itself of winning.
The winning.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you still go to like tournaments and championships?
Yeah, I'm actually preparing for the World Championships of Nogi in December 15, 14.
Nice.
Yeah, they're gonna have it in Las Vegas. They have
Oh
multiple of
wow.
these, so they have like different federations.
Yeah,
This one is
yeah.
the IBJJF one, which the one I won 5 years ago or 6 years ago, and that made me the first Hispanic black belt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that. That's awesome. We got to get into that story too. You got to tell us about
Yep.
that. But so what do you do in preparation before a championship?
A lot of training, a lot
Yeah.
of starvation too, because you gotta cut weight.
Starvation?
I mean, I'm kidding. Like dieting, you gotta
Yeah,
diet, you
yeah.
gotta eat, you gotta restrict your
Like calorie deficit?
calorie deficit, high protein. Watch the salts. Watch how much this, how much that. Weigh the food. Like the hard thing that people don't want to do, because that's the thing. Like to get to those tournaments, you have to even weigh your food. Check your weight every morning. Some people don't want to confront the scale. Some people like they don't even want to measure the food. Even worse, they don't even want to check their own weight. So it's tough. Even
Yeah.
athletes, as an athlete, I struggled up with myself too. Sometimes I'll be waiting for the last 2 weeks, week, and check my weight. And I'm like, oh, I gotta run and I gotta cut a lot of crazy weight last minute. Now these days, I try to avoid that.
Do you work better under pressure though?
I feel like under pressure,
Me
definitely.
too for some reason. I don't know
Uh,
why.
might be something about our type of person that we are, but
Yeah.
I think like something that really helped me all my life is thriving through chaos.
That's me too. I don't know what it is. Maybe is it my ADD? I don't even know. I have ADD.
Potentially, I
Do
have
you
it
have
too,
it?
for sure. I can multitask.
You're like the 10th
I can
person I
like
talked to.
I can
That.
no, but we all have it. Apparently, ADHD is developed as a response to cope with our environment. Meaning, your parents are yelling, and you have to distract yourself watching TV so
Yeah.
you can completely like
Makes sense.
cope with that while you attend attention to everything while you also trying to see someone's dying there. So like that's
Yeah.
kind of how it was developed. I read this recently. I was kind of surprised, and it made a lot of sense why a lot of like adults today or millennials have ADHD because parents on those decades were really really bad. I feel like there's more awareness
Man.
these days about these things, to break cycles regarding
No,
these
tell me
things.
about it. No, my parents used to whoop my ass.
No, which I think is fine. Hey, by the way, I think it's fine whipping your kids' ass a little bit.
Yeah, no.
Not unreasonably, but
Yeah.
hey, if the kids not behaving,
They gotta learn, right?
and they're not behaving, there's gonna be consequences.
They scared me straight, definitely. Yeah. But no, like I get what you're saying. Like the arguments, the yelling, you kind of like find an outlet. You're like, oh,
No,
tune
for
out.
instance, like that's
Yeah.
one thing that shocked me because then I can start seeing patterns of people that I knew too that these syndromes, you know, and I'm like, oh, it cannot be a coincidence. It must be that. Like,
Mm.
or I mean, what other causes there might be, I don't know. I feel like deficit of attention is because you weren't getting attention or you couldn't give attention to the thing you have to give because you have to distract yourself with other shit.
Yeah.
Or like to survive too, you know, because how awful like you feel when someone is yelling, you know,
Yeah.
that you have to really look away and find another outlet or to pay attention to.
Yeah, I've been there. I've definitely been there. No, that's crazy. You're like the 10th person that said, yeah, I know I got it too. I'm like, oh wow.
It's crazy because our body responds to everything that happens to us, you know, like if you get hit on your leg, on your knee, you start limping, you know.
Hmm.
Well, if this emotional stressors start happening, I guess your head starts to find ways to, you know.
It's interesting how like, psychologically we are. It's just, yeah, like the dynamics between like you and then like your parents and how it molds you. And now you're like, now you have ADD, you know? It's like crazy. Like the effects. That's why I really feel like, you being like, you're like a mentor to these students. So whatever you say, you do, it affects them.
In a crazy way, and
Yeah.
I didn't understand the impact. And I mean, I did understood the impact. I did understood the impact back when I was first teaching kids. I was like 19, 20.
Yeah.
And I felt like,
That's young.
who the hell am I to teach these little kids about jujitsu or even life or try to make them listen to me if I myself a mess? Meaning, like, I wasn't like a straight A kid, you know. I did good at school because I had a head over my shoulders, but in reality, it's like I was always problematic. Obviously, coming from a very dysfunctional household, that's
Mm.
the result of that, right? And
Yeah.
then I was like, I'm gonna focus more on competing, and I did that for 10 years. And 3 years ago, I was like, okay, it's time for me to come back to this. It was more like of a necessity too, you know. COVID had just happened,
Yeah.
and I was making money teaching adults classes, but there's a big market for kids, you know. And
Yeah.
then I understand too the power of jiu-jitsu in a kid's life, you know, like what it did to me, you know. And I wasn't too much of a little kid. I was 16 when I started, so like I was old for start jiu-jitsu. And so now, yesterday I went to court, and one of my parents knew about I was going to court about something stressful that happened 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents sent me this message like, hey man, I just want you to know that like you are David's mentor, and he cares about you so much, and he loves jiu-jitsu, and it makes him really happy. He just received this award from school that he was the only one nominated for the school this year, and he won it obviously. And I don't remember the name. I'll find the name. But the fact that the parent texts me that,
Yeah.
it was another reminder that it's so meaningful to help people through jiu-jitsu with jiu-jitsu, you know. uh I'm not saying jiu-jitsu therapy in the sense of like it's gonna heal your psychological problems, but at least it's gonna give you that dopamine rush after a workout.
Yeah.
It's gonna give you a community to talk to, and sometimes friendships that you can rely on, and
Keeps
have
you
support.
physically healthy too.
Of course, not even
Physically and
talking about.
mentally.
But I'll say more, even not even talking about the physically. I'll tell you mentally, and then
Yeah.
if your mental starts going well, you look yourself in the mirror, and if you're not doing good physically, you're gonna be like, oh, this is not okay.
Right.
And so I have people that came here overweight too to train with me, switching to adults, like people that were 230, 220, female and male, and then 60 pounds down 6 months later, and feeling alive and having
Yeah.
more like. And I know it's not the quick fix; it's a quick fix that, or it's a boost for the fix, but then they have to keep doing work, you know.
Yeah.
It's not just jujitsu and then that's gonna fix everything in your life.
Yeah. You just got to be consistent with it.
But so
Yeah.
for the kids, again, like I have another example. Like there was this kid that he got his bar mitzvah, and I was invited to go to the synagogue and listen to
Oh, wow.
whatever ceremony they do.
Okay.
And the rabbi,
Uh-huh. The
I
rabbi.
forgot the word. Um, he said the kid, hey, out of all the kids that did this ceremony or were doing the course to do their stuff, the bar mitzvah, you stood up because when I first met you, you came to me, you asked for my name, you shake my hand, and you look me in the eyes, and that changed how I look at you. It really showed me how good of a kid you were. And I was like sitting on the back, and I was like tearing up, and I was like, yeah, man, all these times I cursed this kid out to shake his hand, shake the hand, and look me in the eyes, paid off today.
Yeah.
And I mean, as a coach, that's a full circle. Like, I don't care if my kid wins a tournament tomorrow, and that's what I was telling them the other day as well. Like, I don't care if you guys win tournaments. That doesn't make me nothing. I don't care. Like, it's you. That's if
Yeah.
you want it. But what make me proud of you is seeing the growth as human you've been getting. And so one of my kids, this kid in particular too, is like consistently losing in the tournaments. And then I went on a talk with him because he told me like, Professor, why I can't win or why I'm not winning or I really want to win. Do you think I'm gonna win? And of course, I gave him a long talk that I say that I believe he could win, but maybe he's not winning right now because if he was to win today, he wouldn't appreciate it as much as when he actually wins.
Yeah.
And then that I care more about who he's become today versus who he used to be 2 years ago when I met him. And for me, that, like I told him, like that's my win. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really like, yeah, you paid me a membership and that's just to keep the roof afloat. But as a person, as a coach, my win is that you become a better human being.
Yeah.
And so the kid looked at me, he kind of understood. I mean, he's 14 too. How much can he understand of this?
Yeah.
I know today it's not gonna be much, but maybe in 3-4 years
Yeah.
that will resonate in his life. And
Especially nowadays, kids are a little more sensitive nowadays. I don't know if you noticed that.
do you
But
think?
yeah.
I think we've always been sensitive.
You think so?
The problem is that now we have tablets.
Yeah. And we're more vocal about it now. And you hear more about it now.
And that's another thing. Do you remember like how hard it was to know about certain story that happened to somebody in random
Yeah.
Ethiopia? You
Yeah,
know?
you can find out about it.
Now
You know?
you can. Now
Now
you
you
can know.
could.
So these kids have so much info about the cruelties of the war, the goods and the bads of the war, and so they are more knowledgeable at such a short age, and they think they know because they saw it on the screen, right?
Yeah.
And they act entitled, and there's a bunch of things. That's why like I'm super against the YouTube and tablet on these kids.
Oh,
I think
really?
it's a problem why kids are acting entitled and the way they're acting. Like you can see a switch of like the as a guy like dating girls that are like younger than me. They're like 2000, for example. I'm like they're 24 today or 25, and you're like, damn, what happened with this generation? Because I can also date older women in my position, and I see the switching generations and the way they behave and they act. I'm like, wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
All of this because of a phone.
Yeah.
So a phone have made people more sensitive, more problematic, more
Well, it's what
entitled.
they're listening to. Sometimes there's like, see, everyone has a different algorithm or a different like your explore page or whatever. Are you on TikTok or
Yeah,
YouTube?
I am.
Okay,
But I
so
don't like to scroll on that thing too much, and I'll tell you why.
why?
Because most likely I'm gonna end up crying on TikTok.
Why?
Because I feel like everything that you see in TikTok, it's a satire of people's life that are going through some bullshit, very sad bullshit, and so they try to make a joke about it, and so that kind of have make people a little bit insensitive. How you say that?
Oh, desensitized from it. Yeah,
Desensitized
I see
from
what
like
you're
the real
saying.
world, and so like, or that, or they make people more depressed,
It
and
goes both
and
ways.
and but those make damage. Because when you're desensitized from bullshit, then you don't care what happens in your reality because you're
Hmm.
seeing it too much online. And then when you're seeing too much shit online too, that is depressive, then you start seeing that in your reality too.
Yeah,
Because the
you
first
don't
thing
know
people
you're
do,
soaking it in.
the first people that behaviors that I've seen from like friends that are younger than me. I'm 33, right? So I was right in between this switch between like you used to call somebody on the phone and be scared that their dad would pick up and you'd be like, can I talk to?
Yeah,
And now you can just
text. Yeah,
DM directly, And so I see these kids wake up and go directly to TikTok and then start scrolling. And then 30 minutes went by and then one video hit them and they start crying. They're sad about it.
yeah,
And so then they start the day like that.
yeah.
And so it's like the devil, like in my opinion.
It
I love
is.
it. But it's what's causing a lot of trouble. It's like something I noticed in common too with my kids in the gym is like their parents don't let them like scroll too much on social media. They limit their
That's
time
good.
or their reward like a good way of attending to class or a good behavior in class. They reward it with some social media or not social
Some
media
tablet time.
tablet time.
Mm-hmm.
Play here, do that. At least I think there's something about putting the gi on, doing the exercises with the group that helps with molding your personality. So as
Yeah.
long as that works, I think I'm gonna be always into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that camaraderie,
They
uniting and
lifting each other up. I also see like my kids go to the other kid and be like, "Let's go, you can do it. You got this."
I think it's awesome because you're like a family.
Like a little family feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes too chaotic too, because families can be problematic, but at the same
Yeah, you
time,
got to take the bad and the good.
right. But like I said, as long as jiu-jitsu for me keeps doing that and inspiring generations, I'm always gonna be happy to teach it. And
Yeah.
if it becomes something else, I think I'll completely lose the love of it for it. But like I said, being a kids coach has been fun, and also an adults coach too, because I seen people also going through not having direction, not having anything,
Oh, yeah, like we're going through stuff too. Like
and
adults go through a lot of mental issues.
and my favorite cases are the ones that they come overweight and they leave, so that they leave the gym, and after 6 months they stop and fall back into that, and then they come back a second time and they do it again, because I seen those two.
Mm.
Those are my favorite ones, because they're kind of like, I say, they were dancing with the devil, then they found wellness or good in their life, and then they go back to the devil, and they come back and they realize this is horrible.
Yeah.
So those are my favorite too, because then these guys do get really disciplined, because they know if they don't want to fall back into this cycle, because all of it is a bunch of repeated patterns from people around us.
Yeah.
Like a kid that is overeating, is because he's trying to fill the void of anxiety, or attention lacking, and or they saw somebody doing the same and they thought that was okay. I mean, indulging feels good sometimes.
Yeah. Also, it can become an addiction
And no,
too.
and then all of these things are addictions,
Yeah.
like drugs, alcohol, food, even being depressed. I think it can be like some people
It is.
enjoy being sad,
Yeah. Like
like
they're comfortable in it.
they
They don't
wanna
even
be
want to
sad.
try. Yeah.
And then so I don't know, it's weird. And like again, I see jiu-jitsu helping all kinds of people through the years. And I always tell anybody should do it, even if it's for a month, 2 months, 2 years, 3 years, or forever,
Mm-hmm.
because you need it.
Yeah.
And some people I seen they did jiu-jitsu, it kind of got a little start, did 3 months there, and then they stopped because ABC reasons, but their life start just doing better.
Have you ever had people come like specifically because they had an addiction and they want to not think about it? They want to distract themselves and
I
they
had,
want to,
I had, but
yeah?
they always relapse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's the problem too? Is that maybe they relapse, but they have a little bit more control of it because they know they want to train. I seen
Yeah.
that, but then I don't know. I also have horrible cases of friends, that could never save themselves from their addictions and ended up dying on situations. For what I know is that even then they were doing all this shitty stuff. Probably jiu-jitsu kept them afloat
Yeah. Like
from like
distracted.
doing worse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say, like, it's not like the solution.
It's
Like
not.
if you come to jiu-jitsu and you think that it's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
save your life.
impossible, it cannot
Mm-hmm.
be. And for the longest time, I used to tell my parents, yeah, jiu-jitsu is my therapy, blah blah blah. I don't need to go to therapy, blah 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 blah. But I was like, okay, it gets to a point where like something does something for you, but then that stops. It got there. That's it.
Yeah.
Then there's other things you have to do to keep improving. So for me, speaking from my own experiences, like I did jiu-jitsu for so many years, but I neglected areas of my life that because I was too busy hiding behind this, I could not give attention to these other things.
Mm.
So eventually, it caught up to me that I had to go to therapy to fix what I learned when I was a kid,
You have to find
and
that right
and
balance.
and 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 then processing the things that happen through your life. But doing jujitsu led me into being humble enough to understand that I needed to do these other things. Because this is another thing about jujitsu, it humbles people,
Mm-hmm.
but like crazy,
Yeah.
like crazy. Like some people think they can just go out there and put someone out, and
Yeah.
then you realize that that's
Someone gets
so much harder than you.
someone sweeps you and then you're
No,
like,
you just realize that's so much harder than you think.
yeah.
So that would be one case, or just people that have ego, that never want to be touched or something. If you're not willing to lose, you're not willing to risk anything, and you never win.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
like people that go to jiu-jitsu, they're most likely to take risks in life and stuff. So I see people who like start and then they hate losing so much they quit too.
Ah, yeah, that's the ego
But
talking.
yeah, but it's to talk about how much you're willing to work on yourself or like improve yourself.
Yeah.
I stay because I was like, okay, I hate losing, and I know my ego understands that
That's a part
It's
of it.
part like losing is part of the game.
Yeah.
And so my coach used to say, L is not for losses, it's for lessons. And I was like, all right, cool.
Mm.
Cool. It's a nice way to address losses.
Yeah, yeah. No, definitely. You got to be also comfortable with being uncomfortable, right?
But no one likes to be uncomfortable.
No, nobody. That's why you get thrown in. It's like a challenge for everyone. So you got to be humble.
So you're going to try Jiu-Jitsu now?
I'm going to try it. I've never done, you know what's funny? I know 7 people that own gyms, Jiu-Jitsu,
Really?
but I've never gone. I've never gone. Isn't that weird? I've never trained, nothing. I don't even know one move. I mean, I know sweeps and submissions. I see it, I'll watch it. I'll watch jiu-jitsu, but I've never trained. Now once in my life. But I'm gonna tell you this. I need it because I need to learn some self-defense. It's because it's not funny anymore because I've had some stuff happening to me. And I need to be prepared. You know what I mean? So what I was gonna ask you was is jiu-jitsu, do you think that would be a good first self-defense?
I think so too. I think so.
Okay.
It would be a great one. And then, of course, doing more things like striking classes, like Muay Thai, boxing. But I'll say overall, I'm gonna say it like this: what's the most common scenario that happens to a girl when a guy attacks her?
Oh,
Well, I mean, outside punching or kicking, what's the other thing that a guy would normally do on a girl? Grab her and drag her around.
yeah.
And so in jiu-jitsu, you learn how to break grips, how to circle your wrists out of the grips that they do on you. And so, for example, part of my first class with someone new is like, okay, this is I'm sure that you're not gonna learn all of this today, and I'm sure you're not gonna be able to apply it today or tomorrow in the bar when you go out and have a drink and some dude's being an asshole. But at least today you know that there's a craft that you can learn that can help you protect yourself. So when I teach them, I show them, okay, look, this is how you free your hands. This is how you free your hands. What happens if you fall? If the tries to get close, you can use your legs, kick away, and also there's this thing called the technical stand up. So it's a way to get up without giving your back. Most common reaction when someone attacking is crowding you is that you try to run away.
Yeah.
But when you run away, you give your back, and so you can't see the threat when
Oh,
you're
wow.
giving your back. So jiu-jitsu teaches you to stay square to them and how to address those situations. Uh, Now, of course, is jiu-jitsu the ultimate self-defense? I don't know. I don't think so. The ultimate self-defense is a gun.
Yeah.
So, like,
Which
if,
I'm packing.
I think you should try and learn. And honestly, outside of the self-defense thing is like the relationship you develop on the mat when you're training really hard with another person. It doesn't have to be like this. Is more like a camaraderie.
Yeah.
Kind of like it's cool because you are putting yourself in a dangerous position with somebody, but you can trust them that they're not gonna.
The confidence that they're not
They're
gonna
not gonna kill you.
kill you. Yeah.
Because you can kill someone through jiu-jitsu, of course.
Yeah.
So now that we're filming, I guess I can tell you. So like one of my parents, I went through a problem, right? I have to do something in self-defense. I can't break the details down too much, but then the parent asked me like, well, what will happen if my kid does something to somebody, like in self-defense, obviously. I was like, well, he gotta pick and be very smart with the way he's gonna proceed because, for example, in a kid in school, I wouldn't say knock the kid out or choke him out because in school then the what's it called, the director, no, the main guy, the principal.
Yeah.
Sorry, broken English.
No,
The principal will be like, oh, expel this kid. He tried to hurt him.
Yeah.
He tried to kill him. Or people that don't know, because there's also, at least in San Diego or SoCal, like there's a lot of knowledge about martial arts because it's just big, and this is where this thing flourish.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of knowledge about that, but some people still don't know.
No.
And they're like, oh, he tried to kill him, and it's like, no, I just choke him out and put him to sleep so he can stop.
Yeah.
Knowing, for example, I have dated people, I can't name drop number two, but like
Yeah.
they have incidents with people, with guys touching them or abusing them, and they women most likely are tending to get in shock and not do anything.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
how I
feel
was,
like
yeah.
with the training, you can definitely like wake up.
It teaches you like instinct.
Because here's the thing too, like how often will you get put in that position in your life? If it's like it's training, you have to be. For example, when someone asks me, you're fighting, and you get in a street fight, how do you see everything fast or you see red? Like people say, I was like, not really. I used to see red when or fast when I didn't have training, but now that I have training and I've been put in the position every day, when I shake hands and I'm trying to go sparring and someone's trying to kill me, I can't freak out. I can't be in shock because then I lose.
You're in more control.
So you learn how to be mindful of the situation.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You learn mindfulness or awareness of the surroundings or the present moment. And the present moment is someone attacking me or someone touching me. And so you're not gonna be like, you're gonna be like, oh my god,
Yeah.
and you're gonna try to come. So in my case, I'll say like, and I have these talks with my students too, like, hey, be careful, like, just know that you can break this or you can do that, and it's not the kind of problem you want to deal with.
What would you do if someone, okay, so for me, for instance, I got attacked. I was assaulted inside of a bathroom stall.
By what?
I was in the bathroom. I closed the stall, like in a public bathroom. And then this was like at a rest area. And then some guy came in and he just like right when I opened the door, he pushed me back in.
Oh, no.
And then he, tried to rape me. So in close quarters, right? Like, cause it's a bathroom stall, right? It's like small. There's like the toilet and then there's the door, right? Basically. Like, what would you recommend for someone to do? Because I froze because I didn't know where to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
you felt
I'm
trapped.
cornered.
Yeah, you felt trapped.
I'm pretty much trapped and cornered.
That's
So
fucked up.
I know with jujitsu, like I would have to like probably be on the floor.
I feel like no, not necessarily.
Not
so
necessarily?
Like, for example, I recently have to apply self-defense, and I did not touch the ground whatsoever.
Okay.
I put the guy down.
Okay.
And the thing too is like with jiu-jitsu, you will learn how to manage your surroundings and understand. Like, for example, I'll say if you have more training and this is not training for like 2 months, 3 months, so maybe a year training, year and a half training, after being put so many times in the sparring position in life, they call that. You probably would have, of course, accept him walking into you, and you were circle around and find your way to the door.
Yeah. Okay.
Or you could have grapple him and hide around him. So this is the thing too, like you could grapple him and use being in close quarters with him, like in close distance, to go around his back or snuck around, or
Okay.
or maybe you could have put your hands in front and kick him on the nutsack,
Right.
that or soccer punch him right away. But if you don't have training, you're not gonna be able to have any kind of reaction. You're
That's
gonna be
right.
like, oh,
Like what you said earlier. Yeah.
you're gonna freak out, and then everything's gonna be moving super fast, and you're not gonna know what to do.
And that's where you start with like the basics, the fundamentals.
Exactly, that's what I was telling you. Like, well, in this class, for example, in jiu-jitsu, there's this position called the guard, which is where you tell me, oh, so I will need to be on the floor. And it's like, yeah, you will need to be on the floor, but in a self-defense situation, you don't need to be on the floor. But if they get you to the floor, if they put you down, so if the guy was to sexually abuse you, he will have to open your legs. Sorry for my language, or being so specific, and try to force himself in.
Yeah.
In jiu-jitsu, you use your legs to protect yourself. So there's things called that you use the knee shields.
Yeah.
So you can learn how to like shrimp and knee shield, protect yourself, put the frames, fight his control, because they will probably more likely try to pin one arm and the other one and force you down or choke you. So you can learn how to like deflect those attacks. And I mean, give a better fight to buy time, scream, yell. Someone might probably, if it's a public setup like that, someone might come around if they hear a yelling, situation.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna tell you you should accept that, like you should fight it. If now if you ask me, then the guy has a gun and a knife. Shit, I don't know. Then
yeah,
I don't know,
that's
like,
different.
I'm sorry, like.
Yeah.
But at least you've put a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point you have to make a choice: my life or this.
You got to do what you could.
And so, like in my situation, it's like if I were a woman, I would try to fight until the last instance. I would try to bring it to like the last instance. Like I'm not gonna let a guy touch me.
Yeah.
If it's my life or the situation, then I guess
that
will be a cruel destiny. But the idea to learn jiu-jitsu is that you know how to protect yourself standing and on the floor. Then striking is another situation, right? That's kicking, punching. You need to have that in self-defense too.
So, okay. So also I was gonna ask, like in self-defense, do you have to wear a gi? Or
well, in the classes I teach, there's different schedules. I teach gi, no gi. So Mainly, I teach more gi classes.
Uh-huh.
More popular these days is no gi. I do have those classes too, and the idea of no gi is just more they call people like people call it more realistic because you're in the streets. They say you don't wear a gi, but if you're walking in the streets and someone has a jacket, you have a grip.
Yeah.
So like,
Anything you can
so
grip
you
on.
can grip on something and use it on your favor. Yeah, use it. Obviously, no gi will make you train with not grabbing clothes or fabric, but I'll say train both, and
Okay.
both will help. And I start training in the gi, and I have my confrontations in the street where I have to defend myself, and I didn't feel like I needed to grab them. I just knew how to grapple them.
Mm-hmm.
So both are good. I don't know, depending what you like. I feel like there's something cool about going to a place, wearing a gi, tying your
No,
belt.
I know.
Makes it more mystical in a
Yeah.
way, like
More legit.
in a way. But I also like nogi. Like nogi's cool. Like you wear a rash guard, spats, shorts, and they don't grab you. Like the thing with the gis, like they grab you and they pull you in, and then you have to start breaking, and that gets you more tired.
Do you feel more restricted with the gi though?
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's the
But it
point.
teaches you to be, yeah, that's why you
But
got to
then
be
you got to
uncomfortable.
fight
Yeah.
through the things.
It challenges you.
I mean, nogi's also it has its own challenges too.
Mm-hmm.
There's different games on the same martial art.
Yeah.
This one you grip, the other one you don't grip. In this one you can do certain leg locks that you cannot do in the other one. And so both are different sports in the same martial art.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Okay.
fun. I like both, and but these days people are enjoying more nogi because it's more attractive to the viewer.
So they do it more for aesthetic.
It sells better. Like you're not if I make you watch right now the finals of the world championships of certain weight class, and that match would last probably around 10 to 12 minutes. You're gonna be Johnny 2 3 times in the process, and you're gonna see like, oh, what's the point of this?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of boring. But if you see a nogi match, the guys are more wrestlers or more grappling oriented, meaning they don't have grips. So that one's tough.
That one's okay. We can still have
And
them.
then you have these people in the nogi, they look more tumbling or more scrambly. So
Yeah.
it's more attractive to the eye. You're like, whoa, what's going on? In the gi is more restricted, so like people are barely moving. But in that one, I'll tell you, there's 1,000 move on the dude's head versus the other dude's head, also 1,000 move thinking if I break this grip, he goes here. So that's what
Yeah.
makes jiu-jitsu attractive to certain people too, because uh it keeps my mind thinking like there's never gonna be the same scenario. There's always gonna be you walk this way, but then he reacted, so you gotta go this way and then that way. And so
Yeah.
you always have to go if. That makes
Yeah.
it so entertaining because you're never gonna get the same fight.
Yeah.
Always changes a little bit.
It's
Even
like a
with your strength training partner,
dance.
it is like a choreography, but it's not because
It's not planned.
it's not planned. The choreography is like that's why choreography because like everybody move at the same time at the same. But this one people are trying to do moves that they learn dancing at the same time, but it's chaotic because you don't know how if they're gonna move left or
Yeah.
right, if they're gonna like. So
And
it
that's the
makes it-
fun part.
and that's what makes jiu-jitsu fun.
Yeah.
That's what kept my brain always fresh and thinking and questioning and
That's good for me. I have ADD. So don't keep me on my toes.
myself going back to that. I found myself being capable of focusing on that, like for real. Like I could like
Yeah.
and forget about everything else.
You're in the zone.
And then before going to school, I was always thinking about what was next, or I was thinking about I cannot wait to get out, or I'll be on my phone under the desk, or I'll be trying to play music on the side on my earbuds or stuff like that. When I was in jiu-jitsu, it was just that and that, and I guess that's why I leaned to go in that direction, with my career because I was just like it was something that I was really passionate about.
Yeah, yeah.
And going to school was more like, hey, I wanna please my parents and my friends because I have a lot of mentors that were like that's another thing that helped me growing up. I have mentors. My father was there, but uh, it was more like a divorce household, separated household. So like my father was doing his thing, my mom was doing his thing, and I was out there, trying to figure it out myself.
In South America, right?
And then I have a lot of amazing mentors, dude, that till this day we stay in touch
Oh, wow.
and then they sponsored me to compete too. Or some people, I remember I have a friend that I never forget because he was like, I want you to go to college, man. And I was like, man, my dad can afford it and I don't really want to go. And if I go, I'm gonna have to pay out of pocket from my own salary, and it's kind of fucked up because I kind of want to go compete and travel the world rather than doing this.
Yeah.
He said, "Listen, man, I'll pay like I don't remember. He said 1/3 or half of the monthly tuition for college,
Oh.
but I want you to go." And I was like, "Okay, dude, I'll go."
Yeah.
And so I did it, and then things start looking out for me in jiu-jitsu, and then I have to ask for permission to travel, and they were like, "Oh no, you cannot travel. If you travel, you lose a semester." And I was like, "Bye."
Bye. Peace.
Bye,
Wow.
and I quit.
Yeah. Okay.
I went to college twice and I tried, but I was just like, unfortunately, the system in South America doesn't favor uh, sports and all like big deal, like, other sports, soccer,
Yeah.
volleyball, or bigger names on sports.
How old were you when you left?
So this was when I dropped off. First time I dropped off college, I was 19, and at 21, I already had set my mind that I was gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
I was still going to college again, and so I think I left at 23, 22. 22, I left to LA, and I was there for 2 years on and off from Ecuador,
Mm-hmm.
and then that led me to be here in San Diego because I
How?
made connections there, and LA was rough. I did not like LA.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
No,
How did you like LA?
I'm more like a San Diego vibe guy.
Yeah, it's more chill,
It's more
and the
chill.
traffic is not as crazy.
No, and I'll tell you what, it wasn't even the traffic. It was just more like, I feel like in San Diego, people are just trying to buy their beers and go home and smoke a joint, and in LA, they're just trying to be the next influencer, big hit. And
Yeah,
and
I
then
got you.
and then nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
In my
no.
life, I never really wanted to be famous or any kind of famous, to be honest. Like I never wanted, like I never had that desire.
Mm-hmm.
So it just didn't
You didn't
feel
understand it.
No, it just didn't feel like it was for me.
Yeah.
And I made a lot of great people that I'm friends to this day, but
Yeah.
definitely it was a little bit cold in the sense of like friendships, because like people are just preoccupied with their
Well,
own goals.
a lot of it is fakeness too. So, and then people trying to use you to see what they could get. You know
Well,
what
I
I
didn't have
mean?
much to give as an immigrant. that moved here to do jiu-jitsu at 22, and
You're like, go ahead,
and barely
man.
spoke the language too. I barely spoke English back then. I remember my friend made me go down the car,
Yeah.
and he said, "You today, you're talking to a girl in the streets that you don't know, and you will talk to her. If you don't talk to her, I'm not taking you home right now." I didn't have a car, and so the guy we're driving through Wilshire Boulevard.
Yeah, well, sure.
He pulls up, sees a very cute girl,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, "Go, you go now, go talk to her." I'm like, "No, man, please. What am I gonna say? I don't have no conversation to offer right now." And so I just walked to her and I was like, "Hey, hi, sorry for interrupting. Whatever I say in broken English. I'm so sorry, but my friend there, he wants me to talk to you because I don't know how to speak well, and I'm nervous." And I was like super like shaky. I remember.
Yeah.
and and she just looked at me. "Oh, you're so cute. Don't worry, it's
Aw.
okay."
That's all it takes sometimes.
No, I know, and that's okay. You're fine. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making this over. But well, bye. And I just left. Went back to the car. He's like, "Wait, you didn't get her number?" And I was like, "Dude, I could barely even talk. You want me to fucking work? Give me your number, girl? Like, no." So, but then I mean, I lost a little bit of fear. Then I was like, whatever. The worst thing that can happen is to say no or whatever.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah.
the girl was super nice and talked to me back, and I feel like that's something that I like about you guys here in America, is because if you see someone really trying,
Yeah.
you try to strengthen them.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see like, okay, this
We
person's
see
trying.
that,
Okay,
yeah.
help them. And also, was one of the reasons why I like this place, because I was like, you find a way to grow whatever is good in here.
Mhm.
So instead of like hold it back, you wanted to explode it.
Yeah.
Capitalism, of course, but that's what I like about the country. Like everything that gets here, you bring it and try to explode it. Like jiu-jitsu, for example, it was little 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and now it's probably the number one martial art taught in America.
Yeah,
And
it
San Diego
is.
has hundreds of schools.
My goodness, everyone owns a gym now.
I know.
It's not easy though. Come on. Yeah, what were the challenges for you to open up your gym?
Um, people were advising me to wait so I can mature a little bit,
Mm.
and honestly, I didn't take it as a like they were trying to hold me back. Instead, I was like, maybe there's a reason why they're telling me this. This is one of my friends that helped me be here. He owns a school in North Park, and also had a school in Point Loma where I was situated for the longest time. I was there for like 7 years teaching.
Mm.
Um, but he told me like, man, I think you're like 2 3 years away from like having your own dojo, and I was like, oh yeah, why? Because this was after COVID, so I was like, man, like I need to make money. Like I'm a world champion, and that did not come with money. That just came with prestige, but I need to make money. And so he was like, well, this is my opinion. I think you could work for other people and make it happen, but if you want to succeed, wait. And so I did, and I'm not bothered at all that I did. Actually, I'm very happy because I was able to build a good foundation of
Yeah.
people that wanted to come and follow my project, and then the project started. And when I opened doors, I think, and people were like, "Oh, how much it cost you? How much it cost you? How much it cost you?" And I was
Yeah.
like, to be honest, it cost me X amount of money, but the biggest cost was my whole career.
Yeah.
So my whole career was my biggest investment
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because once I opened the dojo, I started reaping benefits of relationships I built making my career. Like people
Yeah.
start helping me. Like
Yeah.
I save a lot of money in maths. I save a lot of money on instructor, and
Wow.
I save money on this and that and this and that, and even finding the right list to get. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That's why I waited so many years because if I would have opened it early, probably I would have to put more money out of pocket.
Yeah.
And I put some money down, and the gym was, I think I have 30 members within 15 days. And then in 3 months, it was 40, 45. 6 months, I had
Wow.
60.
Just
And
growing.
today we're like 90,
Wow.
85, 90. Some people come and go. That's part of the business
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But I'm not really like promoting really hard online. I just let the word of mouth be it. And a lot of great people have been showing up to my door.
Wow. Where are you located at?
A sports arena area. It's
Near Midway?
I'm so bad with street
Oh yeah,
names.
yeah, no, no.
But
So
behind Pechenga, the arena,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right
I know where
behind
that's at.
Brazil by the Bay, is a
Okay.
restaurant, a Brazilian restaurant, or Brazilian market. They're my
Oh,
neighbors.
I've been there.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're really
okay.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
And his son trains with me too now. So like, I have a good relationship with my neighbors about like they like the dojo there, and it brings a lot of business to them too because my students Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right?
Yeah.
Brazilian market. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
It
I
goes
tell them,
hand in
hey,
hand.
go get
Yeah.
this soda from Brazil. That's really good.
Yeah,
Guaraná.
yeah.
Or buy this little dessert thing.
You cross promote. That's good.
And then, I mean, it's growing. I can't complain. I'm happy I listen to, and and I always advise people to listen to advice from older people.
Like
They tell you,
mentors.
they're telling you things because
There's a
they
reason.
walk the path.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was I was getting frustrated though because in jiu-jitsu you don't seem a lot of cake for a long time if you really want to be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically gonna put money and eat shit.
Yeah.
And people tell me like, oh yeah, so it must be nice to have this, or oh, I've even gotten hate online saying like, oh, you got lucky, and not just for my gym, for my career. But I'm like, no, no, man, I did not get lucky. I work really hard. And
Yeah.
I was willing to put myself in positions that people were. I slept on the floor, I slept on mats, I slept on couches. I couch surfed for a little bit when I first moved to San Diego. Then I could finally rent a room here in National City, which is horrible.
So you started in National City.
Yeah. So when I first moved, I was sleeping on the mats in Del Mar at my friend's gym where he was working, and then I was staying in his couch. But then, of course, the couch is temporary. You don't stay on the
Yeah.
couch. And then I found a spot in National City. It was like $600 in 2017. I was like,
Yeah.
I came here to San Diego with $800 and a backpack. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's my rent right now. And then I grew it. I started making more classes, started teaching, started getting sponsorships and stuff. I also always been super entrepreneur. I always try to find ways to make money selling stuff.
Yeah.
And so I started doing outside of teaching jiu-jitsu. I have my own clothing brand for jiu-jitsu, and I
Oh,
produce
nice.
gear for training for other gyms. And it's not my main business. It's like a side
It's a
hustle.
side hustle. Yeah.
And whenever I need extra cash, I push it a little bit. But I already got some clients that reach out to me, and I produce.
So you still have it, your
No, I
brand.
still do it.
Nice.
I still do it. And outside the gym memberships, the clothing brand sells really well. The gear,
Your merch and stuff.
and
Yeah.
the idea is to have nice stuff out there for people to train with me in my gym or my friends that want to support me. You I don't care if you have 1,000 followers versus 100,000 followers. If out of your 100,000 followers you don't get a sale,
Mm-hmm.
what does it matter if you have 100,000 followers and you don't sell me a single
Right, right.
T-shirt? But if you have 1,000 followers and 300 are buying shirts,
Yeah.
you do the math.
Yeah, yeah.
That's and so of course I'll always look to gain more followers, but you gain the followers by having real interactions.
Go quality product.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like I have people friends in Hawaii like I teach there and like
Oh,
different
cool.
gyms, and then they go. I put something. It's like, bro, send me to Hawaii, and I get 5, 6, 7 messages from friends that are like, send me to Hawaii, send me to Hawaii. So like, people are so much focusing on trying to be an image than trying to be a real person.
Yeah, got it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
People are so much focused on being an image than a real person, and the real person is the one that sells the most.
Yeah. Because lines are blurred when you're on social media and you have to be this persona. You know what I mean? Like you have to live up to that image and you forget why you're there. You're like, okay, well, I'm supposed to be here because, you know, I'm trying to make this sale or I'm trying to be a good product, you know, good quality
I
for.
focus on that.
Yeah.
I focus on being a good
That's
product,
good.
and then being a good person.
That's good.
Means being a good person, being a good coach, being a good competitor.
And people forget that though online because they're just like, oh, I want to look like this image.
It's easy to also find a bunch of people that don't know you and want to chase you. But again, if you don't really have a content, like a real content as a person,
Mm-hmm.
your brand's not gonna last over the years.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a little burst of because you're cool and then fade
Yeah.
away.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 16 years, and I've been the hot shit and I've been no shit, and what I knew is that whether you're the hot shit or the good or the not shit, you still gotta be a good person and still
Yeah.
gotta stay strong
Consistent,
with your convictions, and always seeking to improve. So as a person, I've changed so much over the years. I made so many mistakes and I learned so many lessons. And like I said, I was the shit and I was not the shit and I've been the shit and not the shit. So like I learned that all those moments come and go. It's just if you still stand by being a good person, everything works out. I mean, I'll put it like this: the way I see my product is, um, like you get for what you pay, you get the highest quality you could get.
Yeah.
And if you want to buy something like this and go to other gyms, there's big gyms like Atos, Legion. They're working around $300 memberships. Bigger gyms, of course, with other amenities like showers and stuff. But then there's this standard, and then I feel like,
Yeah.
and then there's Clark Gracie too. So I feel like the best gyms are Atos, Legion, Clark Gracie, and then there's other little schools that are. There's a couple other schools that I put them on the same tier as me, and then starts going down.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, anybody can teach you how to do a shrimp. Everybody can teach you how to do technical stand up. All of that. Also, my school is more like competition oriented.
Okay.
My style, because that's what they sell too. They're not selling self defense as it is.
Right. I know. Yeah.
It's
Most
more like a
definitely.
sports jiu-jitsu. But learning the sport jiu-jitsu, you learn the self defense.
So I want to take. Can I take 2 of my girlfriends?
Oh, and as many.
Okay.
More people, the better too, because then you have something to talk about with them.
Okay.
If you have that connection with them, it's if one doesn't want to go, the other one will drag the other one, and
Yeah.
it will make a change of like, okay, we can miss class. We gotta do it together.
Like accountability. Yeah. Yeah.
Accountability. But I have today, like I said, probably the first month-to-month women's class, and I'm
Yeah.
excited. So I had a new girl coming today, and then the other girls are already training. So it's gonna be good. You can bring your friends. It's always better when you do it with a friend too.
So when I bring my friends, is that more like a private or?
I mean, you call it private when you are doing a class outside of the regular schedule.
Okay.
So you're setting me for a certain time for me to give you a one-on-one lesson or a group private lesson.
Got it.
So that would be like a group private lesson.
Group private lesson. Okay. Okay. All right.
Because the group class, the group private, because the group class will be 6 p.m. every day, noon, 6 a.m. So those are group classes. So everybody can just go, and that's part of the membership month to month.
Yeah.
You get unlimited. Then the private lessons are you pay the coach to show up at a certain time for you. Because like, let's say you got a busy schedule, so you can come at 6 a.m., you can come at noon, you can come at 6 p.m., but you can come at 9 a.m. or you can come at 3 p.m. And so you book the coach to come for you that specific time.
Do you have to have like in advance, like 2 days in advance, 3 days advance booking, or like a week?
You can tell me if it's you or someone that I know personally. I normally book the class within a day or two
Okay.
because I normally, excuse me, I normally don't overbook myself, so normally I have slots. I have a amount of hours that I can teach a day.
You keep like a cushion,
What do you mean?
like you have like your appointment right now. You want to make sure you have time in between in case something
No,
happens.
no, not really, but more like sometimes I'm training
Mm,
for myself for the
mm,
competition. So then I don't want to be too tired right after. If you ask me to do a 3 hour
mm.
session in the morning and then 10 a.m. and I finish at 1, and then you ask me to be in the gym at 2:30 teaching a private or at 3, I'll be like, no go. Because I need to wind down, I need to eat,
Yeah.
like for real recovery. Because the pro sessions are, no, actually, I started camp a month ago, and I've been going 3 times a week, and it's 3 hours, 2 hours and a half sometimes, and
Oh wow.
it's crazy.
Oh
Yeah, I'm
wow.
going to this gym, and there's this professor who's like a legend in jiu-jitsu, Andre Galbao. He has a gym
Andre Kumbao.
in Kearney Mesa, I think.
Okay.
Kerma Mesa. And I always been a fan. I never went there until this day because I was representing another team
Yeah.
or affiliated to another team, so I never went because that's politics, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm done with that. I have a gym and I don't have training, so I was like, I need training, so I went to train with them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been gnarly, dude. So I need a couple of hours to recover and then go back to teach. I teach 2 hours and a half straight at night or 3. It
Mm-hmm.
gets busy, it gets tiring too, because you're talking to the parents, you're talking to the kid, you're telling them one to one, hey, do this, hey, do that.
Mm-hmm.
You also hype. You gotta be a hype man. You can't be a downer when you're training somebody. You can be like,
Yeah.
you're like, hey, let's go. Yeah, you got it. Hey, good job, dude. Let's go.
Hype
Keep it
them
up.
up. Hype
Like,
them up.
yeah. You know, if you're like the opposite, then the room's gonna be.
Yeah.
You also gotta be, what's a performer? So that would be when you go there, you perform a show. You show up
Yeah.
to be a good coach
Yeah.
or a good competitor. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
like when I'm there coaching, I want to be the best coach. I want to send them motivated. I don't let them be sloppy in class. That's
Yeah.
why my
You want
kids,
to put on a good show.
my kids are pretty much the parents come to me and they're like, yeah, you can be the bad cop. I'll be the good cop. I was like, okay, I'll take it.
That's what you're there
It
for.
works.
Yeah.
If it
You
works.
don't mind.
No, and like I don't have a crazy quantity of kids, but I got a good quality of kids. I'm very happy about that.
That's good. That's
I got
good.
about
It's all
40
about
kids,
quality, you know what I mean? But that's still a lot. You got 40 kids?
somewhere around there. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It gets busy sometimes. They're little, but they're like
How
little.
big is your gym?
Small, 1,500 square feet.
You got a lot of students though.
I
You got
know.
90.
About
More than 90.
no, about 90.
That's still a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
What's the square footage?
Of the mats, probably 800. So half of the gym is like 900, something like that.
Oh wow.
I'm actually talking to the landlord about breaking the wall next door. For real. I don't know if they want to do it though, because I don't
You don't
even
want
know.
to just move?
The rent's so cheap.
Okay, but if they break down the wall,
Then I don't know how much that's gonna cost me
yeah.
and them.
Yeah.
But the idea will be moving too. I want to get like a warehouse space so I can get a bigger mat and a better workout area. Put a sauna. I want to make it
A
like
sauna,
yeah. I want to make it
what?
like a sauna, like a workout sauna. I don't like cold plunges, to be honest. I think they're hazards for like a business as a business owner having kids training around you. I don't want them to.
Okay.
So that's why I don't want to put the cold plunge. And I'm not a big fan of it either. So and it's expensive to buy a good one. And I don't like cheap things. When I do things, I like the nice things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was thinking about a good sauna, a good workout area with like multiple racks so people can work out at the same time. Because I got parents coming to class for the kids and then they work out in the back.
Yeah.
Have a little free weight stuff. And then have the locker rooms, But like
That's pretty cool.
But people want me to put more classes too. But I was like, guys, like relax. Only been open like a year and 5 months. Like, give me a break. Like, I can't. Like, if I grow too much and then you guys start quitting or something, then I'm left with nothing.
That's really impressive,
let me
though.
keep growing. Let me keep growing so like we can be somewhere else bigger.
You have a lot of students, and you've only been open for a year, right?
Year and a half.
Wow. That's good.
It's a lot of word of mouth. That's what I was telling you. Word of mouth is everything, and then Google Maps. The reviews have been helping too a lot. I got at least 5 or 6 students that still train. They came through Google.
You have good reviews. That's good.
I mean, I asked them, and they're all real, man. I mean, the people that wrote the review, I don't ask the guy that come in the gym and he's like training 2 3 times. No, I asked the guy that's been there for 3 months,
Right. Yeah.
like or 5 months, and then one of these guys actually put even the tracking of his time frames of losing weight, and put the screenshots there on the.
Oh, like his progress.
And I was like, damn, you lost the weight.
That's
Makes
good.
me happy. Makes me happy.
Yeah,
Like
no.
they find the. I think jiu-jitsu is a fountain of youth, if you ask me. I don't know what it is, how hard you work out when you're fighting someone, but it's like keeps people very young.
Yeah.
And people still
I
think
like that.
I'm 33 and people give me 26. Like, yeah, bro, I'm
Yeah,
older.
you look really young.
I'm like, no,
That's
I'm older,
good.
I'm older. And I feel like it's because of jiu-jitsu. And I
Yeah.
see a lot of my friends too, they if they're still training and they're like taking care of themselves, they look younger. It's crazy.
But also it helps with like like I saw early morning you had a 6 a.m., right? So it helps you maintain your like a circadian rhythm. Like, okay, I have to wake up at 5 or
So
4:30.
bad at sleeping though. But that's the main one, dude. That's the main one. I sleep. I need 6 7 hours. If I get less,
That's still good. I got 4 hours last night. Okay, that's why I need to get into jujitsu. Okay,
you're
I
gonna be
need
too
to.
tired.
Yeah, I'll be too tired, and I'll not have to wake up early because I have to train or whatever, and then I'll go to sleep early. It'll force me to sleep early, but also it'll help that I'm
The routine, the
training
routine.
because I can easily sleep.
I think you are successful in your life when you have a good routine. The most successful you become is when you have a good routine.
That's what I need to work on. I'm right now I'm moving, so I just like got a place, but I have to move in December, so I'm all over the place. But you're right about the routine. And that's probably when so next week I was gonna ask you, like, would that be a good time to come in to
Anytime.
but after that I would have to need like 2 or 3 weeks because to settle in because
As
I'm
of course.
moving. And then so because I want that routine, like you
Jiu-jitsu,
talk about.
jiu-jitsu is great for all kinds of things. And the moment you decide to start it, I'm sure it's gonna have a great impact in your life.
For someone who's never trained in jujitsu, they don't really know anything about it. What would you say is the most common misconception that they get wrong usually about jujitsu?
Oh, they say that shit's gay. When I show them girls about jiu-jitsu, they say that's so gay. And I'm like, okay, cool. Literally, I had this happening 2 days ago. Literally 2 days ago. I showed this to a friend, and she'd never seen anything about jiu-jitsu. So, oh, that looks so gay. And I was like, thank you.
Oh God.
It's not gay unless you make eye contact. No, no, no.
You guys heard that?
Common misconception I'll say is that you can get knocked out, that people that are kicking or punching or they're creeps too, that like for women especially, like I'll say like that's the biggest fear for women too. Like the misconception is like, oh, I'm gonna feel unsafe on the mat. And at least in my gym, I'm trying to create an environment where any female can walk in and feel completely fine.
Because you have disciplined individuals.
Yeah,
That's good.
no, and I got amazing humans. So like, of course, I can see why women will feel this way. But the idea is to create environments where they can feel welcome and comfortable. So that's a very common misconception. There's a lot of creepers that it looks like gay. It does, it does. I'm not gonna lie. It's like two men like grounding on each other and trying to put, and so it definitely doesn't sound good. But I mean, it's a little joke, but it's true. Like these women tells me all the time, and then that there's kicking or any kind of actually hurting somebody, but no, not really. You tap the moment it's over. The
Okay.
moment you think it's over.
You just tap and then that's the safe word.
Tap, or you can verbally tap too.
Okay. Do you have any funny or crazy gym stories at your gym or any gym really?
Well, sometimes like I used to teach in North Park, and I would have like random homeless just opening the door and starting shouting karate chops and then just randomly walk away and left and closing the door. That's one that stuck with me. Honestly, when they first opened, I was like, oh no, they're gonna attack us. But then they did that thing, and I was like,
Now it's just funny.
this is not karate. The karate studio is like a couple blocks down. No, that was one funny story. Well, funny story. I mean, I've lived on the mat so many things, like amazing memories, but nothing too crazy too. Like I've
Yeah.
always been in a good environment. Funny story. I mean, we have like people putting masks and scaring people, or like
Yeah.
I don't know, nothing too crazy, honestly. Like that. that I can think, because like I'm always also training like super serious, so I don't really get
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like put myself in the funny positions much
Yeah.
in the training. More
Mm-hmm.
like a random joke or a
You're
roast,
focused, yeah. No,
a
no, no.
roast on a friend, but that's it. Not too many crazy stories, I'll say.
It's funny you mentioned the man coming in and like doing that because my friend who owns the Chris Ritchie, the one we're talking about, he used to have his gym on Milacar's Way over here, which is where the prostitutes are. So he said that when they're
Las
training,
cariñosas.
they're just like walking and they're like short skirts or whatever, and then the
Yeah.
kids are just like
What's going on? Well, at least Timmy is not gay.
that's how you find out. That's how you
Okay.
know those guys are not gay in jiu-jitsu, okay? They're turning around.
No, and I mean, also another misconception is like, uh, I'm not playing the fifth on this one. I'm not
Well,
saying anything. No, I'm
no,
not saying anything.
tell
No, I
me.
mean, they say like, oh, that these jiu-jitsu guys are sluts. like girls that dated jiu-jitsu
Oh,
guys ended up
okay.
hating them.
Now I want to know because I'm dating a jiu-jitsu guy. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Jesus.
Uh,
No, don't do
no,
that.
no,
Save
no.
yourself.
Okay. So don't date. Okay, that's a tip. Don't date a jiu-jitsu guy. He's telling me. Sorry.
I try to save you at least. You've been warned. You're gonna have fun, but then there's gonna be a contract, which is not
Don't
very fun.
date a jiu-jitsu guy. That's what he said.
They're
Okay.
normally broke, dude. That's the problem. Normally broke,
Oh,
and they think
okay.
that they can. The confidence that jiu-jitsu give you to is crazy. Like I went from not being able to talk to a random girl in English, to like now I can talk to any girl, and I have no fear or remorse of being rejected. You know.
Shoot. Oh man. Okay. Well, thanks for telling me.
Well, now you know. Hey,
Now
she
I
knows
know.
too.
Here, well, this is the end question, okay? If you could only give one advice, like an end note to your students or anyone really, you know, as you being a mentor, just one thing you could tell them, a piece of advice, what would it be?
A shitty day of training or a shitty day on the mat is better than a good day on your couch.
I like that.
It can be working out, it can be doing a project in for whatever thing you're working for, or doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like I said, any random activity will always be better than just laying down on the couch
Staying
and
there.
doing
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. What
That advice, why, is because every time I try to be lazy and I feel like I accomplish, I like, okay, what's next? What's the next thing I can do? Of course, not in an obsessive, compulsive way where like I'm trying to like just overwork,
yeah.
because I do believe in balance. But I always tell them like, if you find yourself at home and not doing anything and you're bored, maybe just go work out. Maybe go work on something that you've been wanting to do. Start a new hobby. Start the book you want to read. Like it's better than just, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
that
Wasting away.
that just goes miles away. You know, that advice as it is, it means so many things.
And that applies to pretty much everything. So that's, yeah, that's
I'll say
good.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, to be sure, right now I can give you a whole pep talk about like, yeah, you gotta do this because you know. But I think one of my best friends was the first one to say that. We were bowing class one day, and they say, "Yeah, thank you guys." And by the way, you know, a bad
Yeah.
day on the mat is better than a good day on the couch.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, damn, where did this guy get this knowledge from?
Like that's deep.
That's deep.
That's
I mean,
deep right there.
I like those kind of things in life. You know, when you say things
Yeah.
like
And
that,
it's
but
lasting.
they mean so much.
It's a lasting impression on someone. No, I like those like one-liners. I like that. But I'm not gonna lie. I can't get over what you said. Don't date a jiu-jitsu guy. What if he owns a gym though? Is he broke
Even
still?
worse.
Oh shoot.
I'm talking about me though. Humans be humans, and people make decisions towards their good or bad decisions. I would just say if you start jiu-jitsu, most girls tend to end up dating their coach, and that's something that I try to avoid, and I recommend not to do, because then you ruin the environment
Yeah.
for yourself, and or even dating the whole thing. They outside the gym. That's what I tell my students. Like, please don't date here. They outside the gym, because then it's weird.
I didn't know about the jujitsu sluts. Now I know. Thank you. No,
No, it's like it's not even a jiu-jitsu thing. It's like just humans. And
Slut.
I don't know what happened. Look, I don't know what happened right after COVID. I feel like everything was so much harder after before COVID, and then after COVID, everybody went like, "Ah, we don't care about anything. There's no respect, no boundaries, no nothing."
Oh
No,
man.
but like, no seriousness, like, there's good people and bad people. I was just joking.
You're backpedaling now.
I'm not. I'm not. I say what I say. Don't do
Now I
jiu-jitsu,
don't know
guys.
what to think.
I say don't do jiu-jitsu, guys. Don't they a surfer too? Surfers are also the same
Nah, I don't care
situation.
about surfers.
Yeah, but it's the
No.
same thing. They're also broke and they don't got nothing going on but
Okay.
surfing.
Hey, he's just trying to look out for us. He's just trying to look out for us. Okay. So it's tough love. All right. Tell everyone where they could find you on social
You
media.
guys can find me in TikTok, YouTube, Instagram as johnnytama or Tama Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, I just do jiu-jitsu, guys. Very simple guy. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy helping kids get better. One of my biggest proud moments in life is knowing that there's some kid out there that trains with me, getting awards in school and being a leader. And yeah, so come find me. Thank you.
Yay. Thanks for coming.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Johnny.
Absolutely. Thank you.